I'm showing y'all glasses and forehead today, so I gotta really love y'all. Let's get into it. Welcome to Breion's Diary, where we talk about life. We are healing, growing, and building our confidence and self-esteem. Y'all, what do y'all think of my locks? Because I really love them. But anyways, let's get into today's video. Today, I want to talk about looking in the mirror. And when I say looking in the mirror, I'm talking about looking at self. I've talked to you guys before about looking into the mirror, but that is what Life Lesson 3.0 is going to be about. We are in our new series on today. And again, Life Lessons 3.0 is going to be about self-awareness. So as we have talked about this before, this will be an extension of the self-awareness. So I went home for Mother's Day and I ended up leaving early because somehow I was like getting irritated, and I didn't want a good weekend with my mom to turn into me having a bad or nasty attitude. So when I got back to Charlotte, I took a walk in the park because it was a beautiful day. And what I realized while I was walking in the park was that my mom was like a mirror to me. And while I was home, I ended up getting triggered. She was a mirror of all the things that I still need to work on in myself. And it gets very frustrating, especially when you know that you've worked on so much and you see so much that you still need to work on and unlearn. But we're going to talk about that in another video. It wasn't so much I was irritated with her, I was irritated with myself. I was frustrated because there's a lot of things that I still do not know, that I still have to learn. But as God has been teaching me grace. I give myself that instead of constantly telling myself that I should know a lot of things. I'm learning to be patient with myself. So it's okay that I don't know things right now, but I have the opportunity to learn, and I should focus on that. I'm now self-aware of things that I need to know and learn versus making excuses that I was not taught. You know, making excuses is not going to get me anywhere. I can't keep making excuses. Like I said, it's frustrating. So that's what I wanted to get into today. It's about self and being willing to change. And I will acknowledge that change is hard. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's something that's overnight, but it's possible. So it would be so easy for me to just say I want my life, my old life back, but I can't even do that at this point. So there's no going back for me. Going forward is like my only option, and God had me to read the story of Lot's wife. And I don't want what happened to her to happen to me. I don't want to turn into a pillar of salt because I'm looking back. So the old is gone. God says in the Bible that the former things are gone. I'm do not perceive it. I'm doing a new thing. I can't remember where it's at, but it's definitely I think it's in Isaiah 43, if I'm not mistaken. And being back home, I was triggered because I felt like it was just like I cannot come back here. Like I see what God has brought me from, and instead of focusing on that, I put my focus on being more grateful to where He has brought me. Instead of continuing to allow myself to be frustrated, I got motivated. Let me take these off. So I don't have a blueprint, but that's the whole reason. God said to trust Him and seek Him. See, I was trying to do this thing on my own, and trying to do it on my own. That's why I ended up back home in the first place, and that's why it was so hard for me, last summer. And that's why my journey has been so long, because I've been trying to do it myself. So looking in the mirror at myself was a good thing. Becoming self-aware is great, but how do you get over that hump of moving forward once you become self-aware and taking action? So I don't get mad at God or blame others anymore, because I was so much of the victim. But sometimes I just feel like I can't catch a break. But then God taught me to give Him all of my burdens. I've taught you this in the last few videos. So to give God your emotions and ask for His perfect peace. So I've also learned the importance of embracing life, because those moments when you feel like you can't catch a break, that's just life redirecting you. That's it. Just go with the flow of life. Like you're being divinely guided. That's all. Don't resist the changes that's coming in. Trust God and trust the process and flow with the directions He's taking you in instead of resisting it. That's the only way you're frustrated. That's the only reason you're depressed. That's the only reason you got so much anxiety, because you're just not trusting God in direction and the redirection. That's all it is. So I learned that I used to make myself to feel inferior because of my lack of knowledge on a lot of things. I'm self-aware of where that feeling of inferiority came from. So I gave that feeling over to God and I asked Him to help me. So change is not something you can do on your own. It's a process. Again, it comes with the self-power to do differently, creating new habits and be consistent with those new habits that you created for yourself. And last, where your focus goes, energy flows. I can either keep focusing on the lack, or I can take those triggers and my new self-awareness, and again use that as motivation to create new habits for myself, be more disciplined, and use the resources available to me and learn. And a lot of things may be out of our control, but what we can focus on is the things that we can control. I am in control of my mind, and I am in control of the decisions I make. And I'm also in control of how much time I spend with God. You know? So, with that being said, remember, healing isn't linear. It is a journey, and here at Breion's Diary, we are healing together. I will see you guys next week. We're going to talk about unlearning and relearning. All right? Love you so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I do want to give you guys this update because I forgot to say it in the beginning. Videos will now be posted at 6:30 versus 4. I think that would be better for me. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next week. Bye. I love you so much.